Welcome to the Healers Cafe, the number one show for medical practitioners and holistic healers to have heart to heart conversations about their day to day lives while sharing their expertise for improving your health and wellness. Welcome to the Healers Cafe.
And now for 2 minutes, I just played this frequency of the matrix carrier to you. And although there's hundreds of settings in the device, I like to start with this one because it kind of enlivens your whole body first. And although it might not be good for entertainment on the viewer's end, I do want to try to give Tony some silence to just feel into the energy. And really imagining that your entire matrix is coherent and blanketed under one unified field of harmony. Where you're safe and protected, and where you can take a deep, slow breath into your belly. Letting go of the fear and the need to survive. And now we're moving into your lungs, just bringing your attention to those places, those indents between your shoulder and your chest muscles. And breathing in healing light. Vital, new energy entering the body. Radiating down the meridian in the yin side of the front of your arm, the soft side of the underarm, and through the elbow. And this breath and this light coming down the forearm and out of your thumb. And with each breath, new vital light circulating your entire body with new energy for your nervous system to draw on as it calms itself now. You have the energy now to heal. As your lungs know what was safe to take in and what needed to let go. As you purify your mind, your body, and next we move into your kidneys, located in the back of your body, just below your ribs. And with each breath we take now, we're not only preserving, but restoring the Jing, the universal ancestral energy that was given to us. Energy that we can use to heal our body, to calm our adrenals, and to let go of any fear because you're safe. In this moment, you're supported, you're loved. And it's not just me and your wife, but it's all the viewers and everybody now watching, regardless of if they watch now or in the future, because time doesn't matter. We're all sending love and light to you. We're all healing you. Continue to see this healing light glowing bright in your kidneys, where we're storing energy that we need for our future. And in a moment, we're moving to our spleen. And the spleen is on your left side, tucked in your lower ribs and abdomen. And now we're sending healing love and light to the spleen. And the spleen is more than an organ. It's part of the endocrine system. And it's big and it's powerful, has strong energy, and it helps you to metabolize not just nutrients, but experiences. To metabolize the events that have already happened and might happen still in the future. And to build our immune system and our resiliency. Continuing to breathe into the spleen. Letting go of worry and pain. And always remembering to breathe deep, to continue to bring the oxygen to our lungs that feeds the vitality and energy to the rest of our body. It's clean and pure and healing light. And as we continue to breathe into this area, we begin to expand our awareness, not just to the spleen, but to the entire abdomen. And we know the difference by our diaphragm flattening down on our inhalation to massage our lower organs. And this is a part of our body that isn't well protected, but it's safe now, fueled by the diaphragm's gentle movements. And the power and vitality of the lungs. As a protective layer around the entire abdomen. Protected and shielded. And you can let go of any holding. Any tightness. To all those primal feelings of fear and worry and survival. Because you're safe. breathing here. And the final frequency is that of the liberator. And this allows us to let go of the gripping in our mind as we liberate it to find creative solutions for our problem. And we liberate this subconscious. So in the future, when we sleep and we dream and we heal and we wake, every time we'll have a new idea and solution to how to heal our body and move forward. Liberated from the struggle and the holding and gripping. And we'll take one final moment to send healing frequencies to Tony so that he can walk forward in the rest of his day and the rest of his life without the pain. And that's it. Your program is run. You can open your eyes and come back.
Great.
Well, I think a lot of that was very helpful for me too.
Wait, this is my healing.
No, I'm sorry. I'm a bit connected to you.
So,
Well, you have a very nice voice
Yeah, I was
doing that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, it's been a rough morning, and but I was certainly able to be still in that session there, and yeah, one of the funny things with this, I think Manon mentioned it before, but when we talk about it, it gets worse for me. You know, it's so early on when we were going through that chart, it was like, oh my God, it just.
Mhm.
And it seems weird because I tend to think if somebody else told me that, I'd be, oh, well, it's all in your mind, you know. But believe me, this it's very painful. But how it can come and go like that, I find that quite extraordinary as well.
Mhm.
You know, it feels like it should be there the whole time, or not there at all. But
Mhm.
that's not the case, obviously.
Mhm.
well, it just kind of shows the power of our mind and what we focus on. And
Yeah,
it is always one of the things when I do the scans with people that I always fear that sometimes when you show people these things that they might have something else to worry about. But hopefully what happens that even in that momentary discomfort of finding some of the possible solutions and root causes is that going forward, you don't have to think about the pain anymore because maybe you can find a way to the other side.
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. What is the pain now? Give you a number.
Oh, it's about a 7 or 8, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Mm.
It kind of comes and goes. Yeah, yeah. I'm not. I must say, I'm not really a worrier. You know,
No.
stuff like that doesn't
Yeah.
really kind of concern me. It's never been my forte to be worried, really. But I'd like to get rid of the pain is the main thing. But
Mhm. But it did show up spleen as worry, right?
in your emotional thing, but maybe that is more subconscious in your case.
Yeah, it must be.
Maybe to do with the past, because it's he's not typically a worrier at all, right? Which is interesting. But I do think, given everything we've heard here, it does feel like it's an old experience,
Yeah.
I don't know, that's what I'm feeling, hearing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't always just have to be right now. Some of these things can be from childhood, they can be from other parts of your life. And, I think a lot of it does happen in early years, though, because it's when we live in theta wave and we tend to be pretty much being in hypnosis during all those years of our life. Right?
Mm.
Because when we are trying to get people into deep meditation or into hypnosis, you're trying to put them in theta wave. And when you're under 7, that's where we live all the time. So really
Yeah,
all the things that happen to us at that time in our life are getting stored in our memory and we're not really aware of them. And, so it's one thing to unconsciously make a decision not to be a worrier. Although I would even suggest that, once you have pain all the time, it's like they say with anxiety, sometimes if people have anxiety, it's the fear of the anxiety attack that gives them the anxiety, and it's the same
right. Yeah.
thing here where maybe the that you're worried about becoming in pain gives you something to worry about. So you get kind of stuck
Mm,
in that loop.
Yeah, yeah, that's possible.
mhm, mhm.
I don't like the scenario, but it's possible, yeah.
What would your life be like if you were pain-free? If you were one of the millions who suffer from chronic pain, the thought of just one day without it may seem impossible. This is often because conventional medicine tends to fall short in the treatment of pain, opting to prescribe pills or recommend surgery rather than getting to the root cause of the problem. But if you are suffering with emotional or physical pain, there is hope. Join the founder and CEO of Bowen College, Manon Bolliger, live online for your body-mind reboot. Learn how to listen to your symptoms and get to the root cause of your pain. Plus, be trained in basic Bowen therapy moves so that you can reboot your body for optimal health. You don't have to live in pain. You can heal. Stop the pain pill cycle by visiting www.yourbodymindreboot.com to learn more and to register.
Okay. All right. So your suggestion now would be to take a sip of water, like just once a day, or when the pain comes up as a reminder, like.
Oh,
Yeah, so generally with the infoceutical products, we do 15 drops a day. And then, I mean, but in this case, because you don't have it in a dropper, it's just water. But
I have droppers though. Yeah.
yeah, or you could just have like, a tablespoon of it, say, or something. You just take
Right.
some out. Because the thing, when they've just done a lot of studies, and it was very interesting actually, University of California, San Diego, one of their Dr. Himal Patel, I want to say his name is, he tried to disprove infoceuticals. And he tried to say that it was BS, and they did studies, and they actually proved that they work in
Yeah.
their effort to
Yeah.
disprove them.
Yeah.
Uh, and when they were doing it, they found very much like homeopathy that the dilution didn't matter. So with the infoceuticals, whether you took a small amount or whether you took a large amount, it was the what was imprinted in it that mattered, not the dosage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying there. I don't know how big your glass of water is, but you could, and you could spread it out 2 times a day too, if you feel, or take it. Like most infoceuticals, I recommend people take in the morning unless they're taking ones that are specifically for like chill or something that's better at nighttime.
Mhm.
But
Right.
I'm not sure that infoceuticals, they're not an immediate response where you take it and it's boom, it
Right.
worked in that
Yeah.
moment. So just the consistency of taking it, even just every morning, over time is just reminding your body. Because one session we do right now, I mean, you might just be calm from the session now, but I don't even claim to say that one energy session is heals somebody because just like anything, we have to practice it and do it over and over. But taking the infaceuticals every day, what you've done right now with the water. And the infaceuticals actually come with like they already were filtered and ozone in them and the minerals in them. But one of the interesting things they found about, and I don't know if you've been aware of the studies like Emmanuel Moto and the other people that have
Yeah.
studied the frequency in water, is that
Mhm.
it didn't really matter so much the quality of the water as it did the emotion and intention put behind it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right. So even when they thought positive thoughts or played nice music to dirty water, it still made a beautiful crystal.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then that's what I think a lot of these things, it's, yeah, it's nice to have the filtered clean water and to have the product, but the intention matters a lot too.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, well, so what will I guess like so if Tony was following up with you, like just so people know, what would be like he would do this and then what would be your recommended treatment protocol
Yeah,
typically?
so if I was dealing with somebody who's only just doing the bioresonance scan, a follow-up right now would be I send you the reports, and then I generally give like recommendations. We talked about some of the things with Tony today, like tracing the lung meridian.
Right.
We could also be doing the opposite one, which would be the large intestine meridian, which is now coming up the finger on the outside of the arm, up the neck, and
Mhm,
around the ear, which is where you were feeling these
mhm,
pains,
mhm. That's
which
right.
is, telling to me that the place where you're feeling it is the two places where the meridians run that showed up
Mhm,
on your scan. So I
mhm,
would say then, pressing into those acupuncture points and tracing the meridians would bring energy and intention there, and do that as many times a day as you want. So as often as you remember to do it, you can't overdo that.
mhm.
Right. And then I generally follow up. I would scan people once a month for at least 3 months to just see if the products they need and the frequencies they need change. Because some things change immediately.
Mhm.
Like if you just have a cold or a flu, you can get over that pretty quick. But, once you have things that have been going on for years, you need sustained effort.
Right. Sure, sure, that makes sense. Okay. Well, and then maybe at one point we could do a follow-up for the um
For
for
sure.
the audience that's watching and then discuss what happened if you're up for that. And this will be
Yeah, no, I would love
in
to do
the
that
new
because
year.
one of the things that this software has the ability to do is also create a tracking progress. So you could see like
Okay.
month after month when you scan the colors of all of the things and how it's either gotten better, changed. And because sometimes you'll actually see that as you clear up some older issues,
Mhm.
are the, no, I wouldn't even say older ones, the ones the body's looking for first, because your
Right.
body always tells you what it needs immediately. But there's always layers to things. So
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
kind of deal with some of those top layer things, sometimes you get deeper and you realize that it was actually a bigger issue than the first one you thought it was.
Mm.
Right, right. And maybe he's done all that work over the years, and this is the final one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I would like to think it was more like that after 20 years, 'cause
Well, it's
sometimes
always a journey. Like our bodies
it's
don't
always a
stay,
journey.
yeah, they don't stay still, right? Our body is constantly dissolving and reforming
Uh,
every second as we age, and it's so dynamic. It's beautiful but complicated.
yes. Yes, and yet healing can be easy, right? So, it's very interesting. Anyway, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
great.
your
Thank you so
time. Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that you guys got some insight out of that, and
Yeah,
hopefully,
Yeah.
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us at the Healers Cafe. If you haven't already done so, please like, comment, and subscribe with notifications on, as I post a new podcast every Wednesday with tons of useful information and tips for natural healing that you won't want to miss.